the Citizen channel, another player rating show. Five disappointing player rating show on the trot, but yeah, City 0, Spurs 4. Embarrassing. 23rd of November 2024, 5:30 p.m. kickoff, match day 12. We're still second, yeah. We'll keep saying that until next week, perhaps. Yours truly and Simon Bukowski today. We're going to look at Simon's views. We don't differ too much on this. I think it's time to reiterate what this score system means. 6 is if a player has an okay game. So it won't be surprised if some of the players are perhaps 2 or 3 below that today, because it wasn't very good, was it? So, yes, 6 is an okay game. Anything less than that, levels of how bad it was compared to the 6, I suppose. Anyway, let's start off with Simon's views, and I'll give you my little thoughts as well. I've had a night to think about this. I did it as I got home from the match, but it was a bit late, so I did an initial one, and then I woke up this morning and sort of just tweaked a couple of things on it. So let me know your views, guys. Always nice to have your opinions as well. And we can't be overly positive because that's how it is at the moment. It's no good, no happy clappers looking through social media at the moment. Anyway, right, let's get on with it. Edison. Simon said, made a number of good saves that stopped the scoreline becoming a complete embarrassment for City. The only one in blue who played well. Yeah, Simon's given a 7. I'm sorry, yeah. A bit too far out for the Spurs' third goal, I thought, which obviously was a crucial goal, but we're never coming back into this, were we? But just a little bit. It was a bit too keen to come a little bit further out, so it gave the goal scorer a better chance to score the goal. He conceded 4 goals. Okay, the guys in front of him were poor, but it was, again, he didn't stop any of the 4 goals, and I thought the saves he did make were okay. I wouldn't, but obviously, say it could have been a complete embarrassment, but he's a keeper, that's what he's there for, to save things. So I've given him a 6, which is my highest rating, but I can't give him a 7. I think Simon's gone a bit over the top there. But say you can't blame him for the guys in front of him, but you probably can blame him for not making a little better fist of 1 or 2 of the goals that went in, perhaps, or positioning himself a little bit better. Right, Walker, most of the trouble came on City's other side. Doesn't stop him helping and being a captain, does it? He dealt with Son well for large parts. He probably did. I didn't really notice Son too much, although guilty of sitting off for the third. Yeah, I thought he was. There was a couple where he was sort of whinging at John Stones and should have been a little bit quicker. He has to accept some responsibility. A poor defence. There's sort of no rush with him now, is there? Getting back, he just doesn't seem to rush back. And when the ball does end up in the net, he blames other people. And as an experienced defender, he should use that experience to perhaps be better. He was absolutely wasted time going forward, and he was too slow getting back. So what is the point? I mean, Sam's given him a 5, which I think is generous. I've just, again, on that basis of 6 for an okay game, I've given Walker a 4. Stones, a difficult 45 minutes on his first league start since Wolves, said Simon. He didn't reappear after the break. Yes, obviously injured again. What is the point? Absolutely no point at all in John Stones. We love him to bits, but if he's not going to contribute to the team and come in and play bit parts and get injured, what is the point? I just don't see it. He was all over the place at the back. He's asked to come into a poor defence anyway and play a role that he's not been playing that much when he has played. So he's just struggling, and just having him there is a negative the way things are at the moment. Simon's given him a 4. Yep, I can't argue with that. I give him a 4 as well. Akanji, Simon said, couldn't stop the Spurs onslaught on that side with Gvardiol, but improved in the second half. Again, I didn't see a lot of him. Obviously, it's up the other end in the first half, so I've always to go for what other people are thinking. But he doesn't look the same player. Is he fully fit? I'm not too sure. Perhaps he misses Diaz as well next to him. I thought it was possibly the best of a poor back line generally. So Simon's given him a 4. I've given him an extra half a point. I've given him a 4.5. That's probably a little bit generous. On 2, I thought was probably the most culpable and the worst of the defenders, Gvardiol. A poor error, said Simon, for the first goal, compounded by an even poorer error for the second goal. They still have plenty to do, though, at that stage. Some good attacking positions made redundant by having given the game away. I'm not interested in his attacking positions. Worst defender, I couldn't see either end anything. I think he did a couple of good passes, one too early, and I remember, in that final third, but that doesn't make up for the poor defending. He was odds on to win that ball for the first goal, and I don't know what happened. He just can't, he just didn't get to it, and then he didn't defend. I mean, just slide in and put it out for a throw or something. He's not a defender. It's as simple as he's just not good enough as a defender, and if he's not doing anything up front, he's just not good enough. Mr. Smooth, I'm sorry, he's looked brilliant, but in this poor team, he's looking even poorer. So I'm giving him a 3. I'm not going to disagree with that. I give him a 3 as well. Lewis, a lot of shouting and aggression, said Simon, from player up for a scrap, but very little contributions creating chances from midfield. He's just not a midfielder. He's just another. I did say he was like a Michael Brown, but that's been unkind to Michael Brown a few games ago. I think Michael Brown was far more creative. He works hard, but for me, he probably needs a rest. Just stick McAtee or O'Reilly, and instead, would they do a worse job? I don't probably think so. Say it's just, Rico's playing in a put. If he plays in a quality team, he can get cover. In a team like this, he's just another one that's a little bit pointless at the moment. Simon's given him a 4. Again, I've given him half a point extra. I've given him 4.5. Gundo, a horror show, said Simon. Bypassed constantly in the game, unable to get back and help. A player who used to make everything look easy, struggling badly. I have no idea where he was playing. I don't know what his role exactly was yesterday. I'm sure Pep knows. I have no idea. I did see him occasionally, but he might not. Again, you might as well stick O'Reilly in there or something like that. I don't see the point at the moment with what he's being asked to produce. Stick him in and around the box to help, or stick him in front of our box to sort of try and help, but I don't know what Gundo's role is at the moment. A 3 from Simon. I'd have to give him a 3 as well. Don't forget, on this 6 basis, it's not being cruel. Bernardo, plenty of running and fights, said Simon, and yet still powerless to prevent City's midfield being overrun. Again, I thought he was playing to help Gvardiol at times. He was sort of left, but he had one of those roles where he was playing back on the left and then up on the left or up on the right. So he had one of those roving roles, but it never really worked it doesn't really work in a team that's not playing well anyway. But he did run his socks off, of course he did, but that's what you expect. But as I said, I like to see him in and around the box, causing problems, nipping around, but it's never going to happen now, is it? Pep just doesn't play that. Our team doesn't play that sort of football anymore. I don't think he's particularly suited to City's style anymore. Have we got a style? I don't know what it is, if we have. Sam's given him a 5. I did argue with this one. I was going to give him a 4.5, but I'll give him a 5 as well, because I think he probably did more or less what Pep asked him to do, but then again, what Pep asking his players to do isn't very good at the moment, is it? Savvy, Simon says, started brilliantly and quickly faded fast, bottled out of what was a big goal-scoring opportunity, and my lad called him a shithouse, in fairness, to sum up his lack of final product. Yeah, he could have easily gone for that, probably could have got the keeper sent off, or certainly a penalty or whatever, depending where it was in the box. I remember that one in the first half, and my lad wasn't impressed. It takes a lot for my lad to be unimpressed about something, so... Yeah, he started well, I thought, as a whole team did for 10 minutes. I thought we started at it, lively, we'd scored a goal or two, who knows. But this is his first season, and he didn't expect this. He didn't expect to be playing week in, week out. He didn't expect to be playing in a team that's struggling as well like this. So you have to give him some leeway, a little bit of leeway. He really is a player who you'd imagine just coming off the bench, getting minutes here and there, but he's been thrown in. So, but at the end of the day, we can only rate him on his performance. Simon gave him a 4, so I give him a 4 as well. I can't disagree with that. But there are reasons, but I think there's reasons for a few of these players, but we can only report on what we see. Foden, Simon said, more intensity than the rest of his teammates, although his radar in front of goal still hasn't returned from last season. Yeah, well, he's not scoring the goals, is he? Simple as that. He had 1 or 2 okay chances, or half chances yesterday. You got to work the keeper. Too many of our shots went over the bar, didn't work the keeper. And I sort of forgot he was on the pitch in the second half. But again, not the worst, but in that team, he's probably one of the best of a bad bunch, and that doesn't say much. Simon's give him a 5. I give him a 5 as well, probably a bit generous. Haaland, none of his misses were terrible, said Simon, but you would expect him to score at least one of those early chances that could have changed the game. Should have done better with probably one or 2 early chances he had. with his header, a shot that went, I said, you've got to work the keeper. And when he did work the keeper, unfortunately, he put it too near him. So, and there was space not to put it near him. That's the worrying thing. And I'll be honest with you, if no goals, what's the point? There's no point in being there. That's what he's there for. So, he's allowed the odd poor game, and he has still been scoring goals this season. But yesterday, there's no movement in the box. He doesn't try and come and win a ball. If the ball doesn't come to him, he's not interested in the box, which is just how he plays. But, in games like that, you've got to want it. You think about Harry Kane. If it's not working for Harry Kane, he goes and wants the ball. Haaland isn't that sort of player. He probably never will be, but is that a flaw? It probably is when you've got a team like this he's playing at the moment. Our confidence level's being so low. Simon gave him a 4. I'm sorry, I based on a 6 for an okay game. I've given old Big Lummox a 3, one of the lowest marks yesterday. I just didn't see any, and he had chances, and he didn't work the keeper enough for me. Aki for Stones on 46, the substitutes. The third goal came down his side as Solanke made life tough. Well, it's always going to be difficult coming on. Probably for me, not fully fit either, fitness-wise, so he was on a loser to nothing coming on for the second half. Simon's given him a 5. I'll give him a 5 as well, I'll say it. Can't be particularly picking on Aki for coming on to that shambles, really. De Bruyne for Savvy, good at creating chances, said Simon, but for a late tackle. Yeah, I think he was going for the ball, but you know what KDB's like. He's petulant, isn't he? If it isn't going right, he gets a bit feisty. Just another cameo. Will he ever be starting a game? Arguably our man of the match, based on coming on in the 74th minute. At least we looked as though 2 or 3 really nice passes. He looked interested, but I just despair of whether we're going to see him play a full game again at the moment. He might surprise me. Did he look fit when he ran on? He didn't run on with perhaps as much vigour as I've seen him run on to games in the past or come out for games, but yeah, hopefully the minutes he'll do him good, but we need him back firing, don't we? Simon gave him a 6. He was not long enough for me to score. And was there anybody else? Yeah, Grealish, wasn't there? Yeah, of course, Grealish. Did he touch? I think he made one pass that I remember that I think it was at Akanji that ignored it, and he just went to the Tottenham player, and they ended up scoring from it, didn't they? Yeah, so that was his impact on the game. Simon gave him a 4, which is a bit unfair for a substitute with only 16 minutes plus injury time to play, but I don't rate him anyway. He wasn't on long enough. But yeah, hiding to nothing coming on, I thought, at that stage. Man of the match, I can't really give anyone, personally. KDB, but that's how pathetic it was, really. Some would probably give it Edison, as the Manchester Evening News had done on player ratings, but even then, he did what a keeper should be doing. Didn't produce a bit of magic to save perhaps what looks as a good goal, but he was just probably 6 inches away from getting a block on 1 or 2 of them. But no, I can't give Edison a man of the match. I can't give any City player a man of the match. Can you? Let me know. Let me know your man of the match. Let me know your views on the players. Of course, join me for my story of the game. I've done the script for it. I've not recorded it yet, but I'll probably do it in a bit as I'm finishing this. So please tune in for that story of the game. And out on Monday will be the Pepsi 11 for the visit of Feyenoord. I'm dreading the one after this one, but let's get through Feyenoord first, one game at a time. So hope you enjoyed this. Anyway, guys, please, if you are new to the channel, push those buttons, subscribe button, bell notifications, everything City past, present. As long as we can keep going, although with the way we are at the moment, I'm not sure my heart will carry on very, very well. But yeah, join us. Check through the site. You'll see stuff on film and TV as well, another passion of mine. So any interest, or you know somebody who might be, give them a kick in my direction. And please, before you go, you do like what I try and do and want to help support the channel, please just stay tuned for some information on how you can help me out going forward. I hope you enjoyed the feature, and yeah, if you can support me through the subscription, if you can subscribe, guys, that'd be wonderful if you've not already done so. We do actually have memberships at the moment, just 99p a month, so you get access to all my City stuff, including all the history vlogs, dozens and dozens not been published yet that you get immediate access to, and every time I do edit and do a vlog, you get immediate access to it as well. So you can have a copy of scripts as well if you want any hard copy of the sort of things I do on matches and teams and managers and players, etc, etc. So if you can join the membership, that'd be wonderful. We do have sponsors at the moment. Piat 6505 are our current sponsors. They have a little eBay shop, so if you check in the comments section, there's a link there to the shop. They sell movie posters from the 90s and 2000s. They sell DVDs, some classic Hollywood movies, some classic foreign language ones. And if you do see anything you fancy on there, if you do place an order, just mention me, just say Bernard sent you, and you automatically get 10% reduction in the cost of your order. So fill your boots, guys, and my thanks to Piat 6505. And yeah, if you want to support the channel just by watching the ads, that helps. Watch the ads, let them play through while you just have to check your phone or something, let it play out. And of course, if you follow any of the links, that always works as well. If you follow a link to one of the ads and you fancy something, I've done it myself. I've followed a link and actually purchase something from another organisation. But it can happen. It can happen. Not all ads are stuff you're not interested in. And of course, if you can give us a like, guys, that would be absolutely fantastic. All likes are much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next time, of course, I only ever ask one thing, don't I? Please, I ask you all to stay safe, especially you Blues. Until the next time, come on, City. Bye for now.